Hey guys, the section of violence here. We're gonna jump right into BKFC. Barnett Jr. versus Alvarez. I just did some tape, watch some more film. Let's get right into it. So first on the list we got Brian Maxwell versus Dan Bunyan. I'm not trying to be rude, but Dan Bunyan seemed to have lost at least 200 pounds from the looks of it. Really hard to look at him. I cannot believe, I really can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Brian Maxwell wins this fight. As much as it pains me to say, because he's terrible, I think he wins this fight. This is going to be an ugly fight, but I think Brian Maxwell wins. Would I be happy for the other guy? Sure. But this is a close fight. Not close fight, but should be a close fight, but I think Maxwell wins this fight. Don't want to speak too much about it, but we'll get into both their records. Bunyan 0-1. He's coming off KO losses. I'm not saying Brian Maxwell's doing any better. He's 2-3. But he has lost every single thing. Like every single round. Like he's lost everything. I think he has the most losses in BKFC. Anyways, he's still here. I think he wins, gets his first win in BKFC. But yeah, wouldn't be surprised if Bunyan KOs him. Moving on, we have Zachary Kalmus versus well, who's next? Sorry. Next up, sorry, we have we have Anthony Foy versus Cody Jenkins. So Cody Jenkins has already beat Anthony Foy before. So I'm gonna trust in Cody Jenkins here. I'm gonna actually put a little more stake into Jenkins. I think Jenkins wins easily here. Um yeah, I'm gonna actually yeah change that. But yeah, I got Jenkins here with ease. Next up, we got Kalmus versus Fernier. Fernier is 2-10. Kalmus, he's not a great fighter. He's 1-0. Lost to Juan Torres in a split decision. Made it a lot closer than I thought he would. He got finished by Bobo Bannon. Mickey Fournier is very ugly when he strikes, but he can hurt you. I think Kalmus should be fine here to cruise to a decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mickey hurt him. Um, I'm going with Kalmus here, but it's more of a lean than a prediction. But I'm gonna go with Kalmus here. Don't bet your house on him. Moving on, we have Kyle Wright versus Pat Casey. Kyle Wright looking tall and mean. But I'm gonna have to favor the vet and Pat Casey. I think he's gonna make it ugly, and I think he's gonna get a finish. I think Kyle Wright is gonna use a lot of tall man defense. Could he stick behind a jab and really, dominate the fight? Sure, but this is more of a film fight for me. But I'm gonna favor the favorite here. I do think he has what it takes to win this fight. Moving on, we have Grosu versus sorry, Grosu versus Quatrius Stitt. Quatrius Stitt is not very good at all. Grosso should have this in the bag. He lost his last fight, but I don't think this guy's as good. Could he catch Grosso? Sure, but I'm gonna I'm gonna side with Grosso here. I think he is more proven under BKFC. I do worry about his lack of defense, but I think he should be fine here. Moving on, we have J Jackson versus David Simpson, I think his name is. Yeah. Simpson hits hard, he can counter sometimes, but he's not good at all. Like he beat Jeff Soder, he's not good at all. I'm gonna lean Jay Jackson here. The only reason I'm not heavily on him is because he doesn't jab or really do anything behind anything. He just is really good with his hooks. I'm gonna go with Jay Jackson being the more technical fighter, but wouldn't be surprised if he gets counter knocked out by David Simpson. But I'm going with Jay Jackson here. Ugh. Moving on, we have a fight that I actually thought about betting a lot on, but Kasim Ruffin versus Tri Santos. The only reason I'm not is because Tri Santos has already fought in BKFC before. He didn't win, but he came up close to a win. draw with Nick Villar, which isn't saying much because Nick Villar isn't very good. So for that reason, I'm gonna side with Ruffin here, but I'm not confident. Um, and this is gonna be a prediction that I'm just again gonna be treating as a film fight. Moving on, we have Will Worley versus Angelini. Angelini's coming off a bunch of KO losses and isn't looking too good. I'm gonna take the new guy in Will Worley. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take him. He has some strike finishes, so I'm gonna trust him to win this. He seems confident in the weigh-ins. I'm gonna trust him. Moving on, we have Dustin Peg versus James Dennis. James Dennis would be a threat if he was any good. Unfortunately, he isn't. He's coming off a loss last December to Strikes round one. And I think Peg's fast start's gonna. I think he's gonna get him out of there in round one. I think Peg's. This is one of the more safe predictions on the card. I'm gonna trust in Peg as long as he doesn't get DQ'd like he did one time. It really bothered me. But anyways, moving on. We got Britton Hart versus Jenny Savage. Jenny Savage is decent and she could get it, but as far as her skills goes, other than an overhand, I don't see how she wins this. As much as Britain looks like a crack whore, I don't like to say that word on here because it might get demonetized. She is a really nice person and she's really good at bare knuckle. I think she wins this again. I think she finish. I don't know if finishes Jenny, but I think she wins again. It's gonna be a fun fight though. I could see Jenny pulling the upset, but I like some Britain Hart here. Um, Definitely not going to be a main staple. I'm going to change some shit around. I like Peg more than Britton Hart. So moving on, we have Reggie Barnett Jr. versus Frank Alvarez. Frank Alvarez, he beat Jarrah Ridge. Jarrah Ridge isn't that great, so I can't really justify betting Frank Alvarez. Reggie Barnett is definitely more credentialed. I'm gonna go with Reggie Barnett here all day. I feel like he's faced more dangerous opponents than Frank Alvarez. This should be an easy win for him. I'm gonna trust in Reggie Barnett here. So my most confident predictions: number one, Reggie; number two, Peg; number three, Hart; number four, I'm gonna trust in. Um, I'm gonna trust in Cody Jenkins, and then number five will be. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna go Grosso. Yeah, those are my five most confident picks. Like, subscribe, you know the drill. And I'll have some LFA predictions and Fury FC predictions for you here soon. I got a lot of videos and stuff to make today, so bear with me. Let's go, guys.